All right, hope all is well. We're here doing a repair. You can see the damaged shingle there and the surrounding shingles that we have here on Mrs. Loretta's roof. We'll go ahead and start the repair with the area that we're in. Good. Good. Okay, cool. Just making sure we got the camera set up nicely. With the sun, we don't want the phone to overheat. So, starting out again, tools I'm going to be using for the job. We got a roof snake for nailing the shingles in. That helps keep the angle down on the shingle when I have to lift it. And a pry bar just to unseal the shingles and to take the nails out. As you can see, both sides are super thin and it's angled. In comparison with the roof snake, you can see how much thinner it actually is. So roof snake, super thick, super thin. So I'm going to use this one just to unseal and take the nails out. When I go to nail them in, I'm going to use the roof snake. So starting out, we identify where we have this shingle at. I'm going to unseal the left side of it first, and if it's not the seam over there, I'm going to go to the right side. This not being an architectural, I can't tell exactly where the shingles stop and start. I'm going to go ahead and go left side first. I'm going to put my palm down slightly, just my palm. Fingertips are always up. If they ever have to go down, I'll do this, where I rest my fingertips on the shingle above. That just keeps any unwanted tension on this area here at the top. Palm down just for a little bit of pressure, and that's mainly because these older shingles, any tool that you use, you risk the chance of ripping them, going through them, all that good stuff, but not good stuff. So we'll unseal it. I'll check underneath for any material transfer, any debris transfer. Nothing here, nice and smooth. I can see that the seam is right here, so I know that this shingle ends right here, and this shingle starts right here. This looks like where there's a zipper right here, but half of the shingle is sealed, half of it's not. But right here is where the seam is, so over here is where we're going to operate. I'm going to go ahead and just mark it for myself. 3 here. I'm just going to draw a line approximately over here and approximately over here. I don't know where they are yet, but it's just to keep me in the right area. Go ahead and continuing on. I already unsealed this one. We're going to go ahead and go to the right side. Good. I may look like I'm going fast or being aggressive. I just know what I'm doing. I'm doing it pretty efficiently. But I'm still being very careful with the shingle. As I said, still following the same procedures. This is probably the best tool for the job because you can see I only take up about this much space. All of this is far away from the shingle. It makes a lot more sense when I'm doing it with when we're taking the nails out. I'll show you. But just for reference, as you can see with the tool, I'm always far away from the shingle. Good. Good. Shingles are pretty old. The sealants aren't even good anymore. I mean, these things came off pretty easily. Didn't really give me any trouble. We'll go ahead and take the nails out. Oh, still got these two here. For the purpose of the repair, we're going to be taking the damaged shingle out and putting it back in to see if this is repairable. Starting off, again, fingertips are never on the same shingle that I'm operating on, always above. I'm going to lift it up slightly, find where my nail is. I'm going to grip it, and you can see how far my hands are and how high the shingles actually get lifted from me taking the nails out. They don't get lifted at all. I go in, I use my tool to work it. You can see the shingle slowly starts to jack up. And once I move it out the way and I use the blunt end of my pry bar down, you can see the shingles are protruding up slightly. I can fit my finger under there. The nail is now ready to be taken out. I'm gonna use the P-hook side, identify where my nail is, go in, scoop. The nail's fully out. I'm gonna pull it out, but I'm gonna show you right there. That's how high I'm lifting these shingles. Pull the nail out, nice and smooth. That's why it's the best tool for the job. I can operate nice and smoothly and the shingle never lifts too high. So now that I kind of explained what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and just do it with the rest of the shingles. Got 2 nails here, a little 2-on-1 grip. Now I'll go in with the blunt end, and again, slowly push. T-hook side, 1 nail, 2 nails. And that's how high I lifted the shingle the entire time. Please note that these nails are still galvanized. They're not rusted, so I'm gonna go ahead and reuse them. Again, just using the tool for my advantage. Just popping them up. 2 on 1 again, just slowly pushing it down. Pull the nail out. Okay. Once I know I have the nail, I just use the tool. The tool is good to go. I can now go in. Look at that, I can pull this nail out one-handed. Pretty good. So you're set. We're now moving up here to the top row.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to start out. We got 2 nails here on the seam.
Yeah. Cool.
And again, when I start getting the nail in, I can pretty much just start working my tool. Again, using that blunt end, pushing it down, you can see the protrusion right there. I'll go in with the S-hook, scoop the nail, pull it out, scoop the nail, pull it out. Well, I was able to do it one-handed, and so far the shingles are perfect. Again, a 2 on 1 just to help myself out. Again, that's how high we lifted the shingles right there. That's how high. Last nail. And look, even with these shingles here that are right above the damaged shingle, using this tool with how far I am from it, my hands are still not underneath the shingle. Again, something like this, it's a lot shorter. So this is how deep I am. You can see my hands are gonna be right underneath the shingle. So again, this is why this is like the best tool for the job. Pull 1 nail out. I'll do this one-handed again. Just demonstrate that it's possible. Now we're set. There's the damaged shingle. If you come in real quick, I'll kind of show you what's going on here. You can see underneath the shingle, you see the areas here. It's still looking pretty good. Nothing major, some small things that I see here. But the main thing I want you to see, I'll try to be careful while doing this. You want to come in closer. You can see the double layered shingle. So you see I'm not lifting it too high. I'm just showing you guys that this roof is 2 layers. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put the shingle back in. Careful. We're gonna use these big nails again. They're 3-inch nails. Oh, actually, 2-inch nails. Not your standard 1.5. Because it's 2 layers, we gotta go through both layers. So now comes the easy part. We're gonna go ahead up a little more so you can see better, so they can see. And I'll go ahead and start pretty much nailing the shingles in. Taking the roof stake, you can see I have the nail here. I'll go in on the edge. Go right here on the edge. And look, you can see, lifting the nail up. I'll set the nail, pull my tool out, and go back in and finishing the nail. Now we're set, and you can see the height of it is relatively similar to the same height that I was lifting it when I was actually taking the nails out. This tool is super, super perfect for this type of job because it allows the shingles to stay nice and low, and where I need to nail it, I'm set. All right, now that you know what I'm doing, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. As always, I appreciate you guys taking your time out of your busy schedule to review the video. Just try to make it a length that's a little more reasonable for you guys. So I'll just be a little bit quick while, of course, still being careful. Set it, forget it, finalize. Last one for this row. little difficult. Go ahead and reset. Set. Again. Top row, we got 2 here. This is where the seam is at. So I'll usually just set the first one, and I'll go in, I'll set the second one. In this scenario, set both of them. That way when I'm finished, I don't have to reset it up and lift the shingle too high again. Not too high, but just higher than I would need to with the roof snake. This roof snake's immaculate. Makes everything super quick. And again, don't have to lift the shingle too high. You're done. So before we do anything, I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys in. Show you what's going on here from right to left. So you can see it right there. This shingle here, you can see it held up pretty nicely. Shingle to the left, not so much. You can see damage here, here. Same thing to the one to the left of that one, and the one to the left of that one. You can see right side, this is where the edge of the shingle is. This is where the edge of this faux shingle is. So it kind of makes sense that there's no damage here, but damage here. Top row, same thing here, here, and here. So I'll back up real quick so you can see. But you can see the result of the damage after we did this repair. As you can see, severe damage has occurred to the surrounding shingles, and we wouldn't need to do this repair if this damage here wasn't damaged by the wind. But you can see only one of them just barely passed, but the other 6 failed. This roof, at this point, clearly is a fail on the repairability. As always, I really appreciate you guys reviewing the video. Have a good one.